Before I started the Media Communications Bachelor of Science program, life was a bit confusing for me. For various reasons and excuses, I had ended up not graduating high school on time. And while I'd like to say this was entirely my fault, I'm not sure that it was. It was, however, almost certainly mostly my fault. I am, by nature, quite lazy, or at least easily distracted and perhaps disenchanted. At least I was for a good majority of my life. One thing's for sure, though, and that's that I used the bad things that happened to me as a crutch, and saw them as a way to slide by without putting forth the effort to be the best I could be. I'd always thought that I wanted to become a game designer. I really enjoyed storytelling and mythology, and I really loved the idea of using emotion to tell better stories. So when it came time for me to finally settle down and choose something to devote my life to, naturally, I went with game design. I chose Full Sail because I know that if I put forth the effort, I can learn here what I couldn't learn at other schools, and could learn from the mistakes my professors already made, having worked in the industry. And then I came so stressed and messed up inside for a variety of reasons that I ended up in the hospital with quite bad panic attacks, and it really hit me hard. I was at the point then when I couldn't even get out of bed or eat solid foods that I really began to question whether or not I really wanted to become a game designer, if I really wanted to continue into this field that I chose. It was then, lying in bed with nothing else to do, that I turned to the Yogscast Christmas charity live stream. And I'd been a fan of the Yogscast for quite some time, having been in Yogs for a bit, and a member of the Something Awful forums. And I really considered creating game content for YouTube as well. However, their charity live streams made me consider another option. It planted in me kind of a seed of an idea that I could make the world a better place by simply bringing people together and allowing them to understand themselves better. It was at that point, whether I knew it or not, that I kind of wanted to become a journalist. I ended up in therapy, and I think that helped a lot. Being able to talk things through with someone else there to guide you can open a lot of doors and cause you to ask a lot of questions that you wouldn't have before. And because of this, I ended up learning quite a lot about the world and people, and even more about myself. All of this time, I was still attending classes at Full Sail University, studying game design, but my heart was really no longer in it. I started to fail classes even though I knew the content, and even classes that I was interested in. Eventually, I failed one class too many, and I was forced to take a year's break from classes. Honestly, this break was exactly what I needed. At the same time the break started, I met this amazing, wonderful young woman who's now my fiancée. And from that point on, I became happier and healthier as the year went on. And when the time came to appeal my status at Full Sail, I ended up putting it off for a month or so because I was just unsure of what I really wanted to do. I enjoyed the game design program, I really did, and I loved it. But in my heart, I knew it wasn't what I really wanted to spend the rest of my life doing. At that point, I requested that, with resuming my classes at Full Sail, I be transferred to the new Media Communications Bachelor of Science program. I believe this program will teach me what I need to know, and give me the tools and the know-how, the knowledge that the game design program couldn't have, and will allow me to kind of fulfill my goal, which is to inspire others to better themselves and their communities, therefore making the world a better place, and to bring the best parts of our world to those who may not have access to them. Ever since I decided to pursue my passion for media, I've never felt more inspired and driven by my goal. I feel now as though everything I'm learning can be applied and used to further my goal. I'm excited to learn more and looking forward to what comes next. No one person can change the world, but we can change our part in it. And if we all come together to make changes within ourselves, then together we can change our lives, our communities, and our world.